here we are. Welcome back to yet again another season of Privacy. I'm your host, Dr. Chris, and today, less than an hour and a half away, we are destined to see history in the making. The Los Angeles Lakers haven't won an NBA championship since 2010, and I want you to keep that intact. We have officially reached the NBA season opener tonight. And the headline reads, the Lakers, because now I just want to recap. The first biggest superstar in the history of the Lakers was George Mikan. He was actually the first big NBA superstar in the late 1940s and 50s. And he brought the Lakers their first 5 championships, along with players like Dolph Schayes and Slater, Narland. These were really quality good players to contribute in the Lakers' first NBA championships and the NBA's first championship when they beat the Syracuse Nationals. Now, when George Mikan retired, the Lakers' next big thing that they wanted the franchise to revolve around was when they drafted Elgin Baylor. And then they started to realize, after years and years of failing to capture a championship, losing every goddamn year to the Boston, he blocked every shot that came in there. So you know what Jerry West and Elgin Baylor decided to do? They decided to invest in some heavy Celtics led by Bill Russell, Sam Jones, Casey Jones, Tom Snatch Sanders, and Tom Hanson. Bill Russell was too good. Offensive artillery in the form of the dominant, destructive presence of Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain, the Big Dipper. And by the time Bill Russell retired after 11 championships, 8 championships in a row, just killing the Lakers, just killing them. Then they moved into the 1970s. When they moved into the 1970s, they started to fierce more competition, new rivals. The Bucks, the Knicks, the newer Celtics that didn't involve Bill Russell. And eventually, finally, the Lakers captured another championship since George Mikan's days in the 1950s. 1972, I remember like it was yesterday. The Lakers finally captured their championship. Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West. And Elgin Baylor's ignorant. He retired right before they won the championship that same season. And then right after that, eventually all of those guys were retired. Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, and Wilt Chamberlain. They will all be some of the greatest Lakers ever, especially Jerry West. I mean, Jerry West won Finals MVP even though their team lost in the NBA Finals. And then straight out of that era, in the early 1970s, we move right into the late 70s, early 80s, when the Lakers just acquired big superstar of the 70s, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And at that time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was the big prominent superstar in the NBA. He had a sky hook that cannot be stopped. Like, this guy leaning in like this and just laying it in. Like, you can't stop him. And at the time, it's like, man, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Lakers got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but what's next? They can't just do nothing with just Kareem. But that's in 1979. The Lakers acquired and drafted 6'9" point guard out of Michigan State University, Earvin Johnson. And Earvin Johnson, let me put it this way. Earvin Johnson brung magic to the Lakers franchise, along with future stars in the forms of Byron Scott, James Worthy, Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis, Michael Thompson, all of those cats on that Lakers team. They contributed to what it was called the Showtime Lakers. Every year in the 80s, it was either the Celtics or the Lakers. The Celtics led by Larry Bird or Magic Johnson and the Lakers. And the Lakers in the 1980s, they won 5 championships. Magic Johnson won the championship his rookie year when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got injured and they were facing Dr. J in the 70s. So Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all those guys were the Showtime Lakers, and that was the greatest Lakers. That was the second greatest Lakers team. Now I'm going to eventually get to who are the last greatest Lakers team, which I'm going to get to current day. Then I want to speed this up because I'm very excited for tonight's season of the new fresh NBA, the dual NBA, as we should say, the dual NBA. We move right into Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. All I'm going to say is Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal together, They won they had a three-peat in championships, and they had really one of the greatest teams ever. And they had Phil Jackson, who coached Michael Jordan to 6 championships. Then later on, years and years later, they had, Kobe Bryant winning 2 championships back-to-back by himself. And then now, ever since 2010, they were always wondering, when will be the next era of prominence and dominance for the Lakers? We destroyed the NBA. They dominated the 2019 to 2020 season in the NBA. Tonight, you are witnessing greatness. Because this Lakers team, listen Snapchat, listen CMU, this Lakers team, listen up. Many of you may think I'm a fool for thinking the Lakers are going 82-0, regardless if they go 82-0 or not, because they may be physically impossible or not. I don't care. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can shove it in my face, they ain't going 82-0. But I bet you this, the Lakers are going to win the NBA championship. Whether all of you like it or not, y'all all better start just wearing purple and gold, man. Y'all all better start wearing purple and gold. Because tonight, this is the night, baby. It's showtime. It's showtime. It's showtime. The Lakers are going all the way. All the way. I got the Lakers going all the way to the championship. And there ain't nobody, a damn soul, a damn team that can do anything about it. Only Jesus can stop the Lakers. Only Jesus can stop the Lakers. Because obviously they can't stop me in 2K either. But that's a wrap, folks. Lakers and privacy is your business. Just skip through it. I don't care. The people who watch this, I really appreciate it. Because I need the message. I need the words. I need the identity of privacy. Just the Lakers. You don't have to listen. You don't have to listen to this. You don't even have to use your business. Get that in your head. Privacy, your business. Your business. Privacy is your business. Every time people see me, be like, hey, Mr. Privacy. That privacy is your business.